Is it because you're a fan of SpongeBob SquarePants that we do all of his? Ooh, nice. That's a nice little gif there.
Right.
Yeah, I like that one. Good effort. Still scrolling past it.
Dan, D-A-N.
All hail Weem. I don't know.
I hope people can see this. It is hot. It is hot right now, which means we're ready for some sizzling channel audit action. Let's do this.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back once again to the vidIQ Tuesday channel audit live stream, where we open up our wisdom, our expertise, our comedy over to you for the next couple of hours as we audit your YouTube channels and help you start to go in the right direction with your YouTube channels. And yeah, I'm not going to lie, up in Canada, we do not have any air conditioning, and it is really hot right now for a couple of months, as it always is at this time of the year. So bear with me, I'm going to turn on a fan. If you can hear that, I do apologize. I am going to occasionally spray myself with some water. Oh, that's so refreshing, I'm not going to lie. That also may break the microphone, but we'll try and get through all of this over the next couple of hours. As always, I want to welcome in my awesome co-host, first being Dan. Hello, Dan. How are you, and how hot is it where you are? I can't hear you, Dan. Did you mute your microphone?
Yep, I did.
Awesome.
It's all good here. But how are you other than the heat?
I'm okay. Yeah, it's just all I can think about is the heat right now, and why YouTube is suddenly serving up short videos on mobile apps. But you'll have to watch the vidIQ channel for that. Travis, hello.
Hey, how are you doing? I hope everyone's doing well. I have air conditioning, so I'm good.
Oh, very nice. What is the temperature there in your neck of the Seattle woods?
Well, right now it's only 71, but it's going to get up to like 85 later. Apparently, that's Fahrenheit for you out there that are not athletes. So it'll get kind of warm later. It was almost 100 degrees yesterday.
Oh, brutal. All right, folks, tell us where you're in the world, like what temperature is, and tell us whether you are hashtag new or hashtag old. And while we're doing that, we're going to start off with Dan, who is, if you're not already aware of this, the expert in channel pronunciation. So go ahead, Dan. Who are we saying hello to right now?
Oh, gosh. Well, there's some people here in chat. Oh, someone named Red. 3 letters, literally just spelled red, like the color. Can you believe it?
Cool.
That's the shortest name on YouTube, I think. I think just them.
Oh, right. Okay. Thanks, Dan. Yeah. Well, all right. Hello, Red. Travis, do you want to say hello to more than one person in the
Sure. Ivy Fishing, Blue
chat?
Dwarf, which is different than Red Dwarf, which is one of my favorite shows. Ted Birtle, which is a cool little name there. Your boy, Jay Boy. And, of course, all the mods like the Artist Haven and MC Red Panda and all the mods that are here today. Appreciate you.
As always, yeah, thank you. Really do appreciate your continued support on the live stream. I'm going to say hello to a few people that include Just Typical, Plus Size Edition, Alvin Plays, TY from Tennessee, Zero Gameplay Review, Glass Bottle Games, Flam Bingo, Ivy Fishy, Row Aviation, Magic Making. You see how I'm doing this, Dan? I'm actually reading out several names. Romeo, Motivation, Death Wish 1, 988 Ref. Wow, that is a channel name and a half. And also GBR Replays. Dan, please just go on, say hello to one more person in the chat.
I thought we were just picking our favorites. Okay. Well, Ethan Reck is here. Nader Vader is here. That's a good name. Control Z, but there's 2 L's in control, so no one will ever find your channel. IK Music, Guck the Gamer, Playbuzz, Aaron Official, and Rumts. RMTS. I don't.
Was that Runts?
Rumps. Maybe. I don't know.
German.
The way you pronounce that was just awesome, folks. We're playing a new game this week because I always like to play new games and waste your time. What you want to do is head on over to our Twitter channel right now and take a look at our new vidIQ channel audits bingo, where you can cross off all of the things that happen through all of our live streams, and all of these things happen every single week. For example, we've already had a technical glitch because we started late. Dan had his mic muted, and no doubt we will have many more of these that you can cross off as you go through the bingo channel audits this week. So yeah, do check that out on our Twitter feed, and make sure to follow us there as well if you want to play along with vidIQ channel audit bingo. In the meantime, if you are a regular to vidIQ, then now is the time to start creating your wonderful memes for the week, which may be included in Memes of the Week next week, or you may get chosen for a channel audit. If you are brand new to all of this, though, this is how all of this wonderful shenanigans works every single week. vidIQ channel audits are all about helping you become better YouTubers. To submit your channel for possible review, in the video description of this live stream, there is a link that will take you to this simple form. Fill it out, and prior to the stream, we will pick out several channels for review. Channel audits are free. We offer them as part of the vidIQ YouTube service, and we can't be bribed. While super chats are always welcome, they will not buy you a channel audit. We do not want to create a financial barrier to this weekly community get-together. The live chat exists so that you can all converse with the community. Don't ask for channel audits. During a live stream, the hosts don't have time to read them, and moderators will put you in timeout. And speaking of moderators, I wanted to personally thank each and every one of you for supporting us every single week to make sure that this show gets up and running. It really is appreciated. We get hundreds of submissions every single week, and unfortunately we can't audit every channel. To ensure your channel has a fair chance each week, we purged a list, and after we audit pre-selected channels, we randomly choose which channels get audited. We only have so much time in a day to audit your channels, but if you download the vidIQ extension, our 24/7 channel audit tool will offer you tailored advice specific to your YouTube channel. If you haven't already done so, download vidIQ for free today. A link is in the video description. If you submit your channel, expect constructive criticism. We assume you want to grow your audience on YouTube, and that is what our advice is based on. Appreciate that we are viewing your channel for the first time. If we get something wrong, we didn't do it on purpose. It may be that your messaging and branding isn't doing the job it's supposed to do. And make sure to listen to the advice we give to all channels, not just yours. Test everything. Some strategies will work better for some channels, whilst it won't work for some channels at all. Always review the data YouTube gives you and then test again. Thumbnails are a topic that come up time and time again, so to help you with that, we've put together both a playlist on our channel and a dedicated vidIQ Academy course. Links to both are in the video description of this live stream. We always appreciate it when you click on the thumbs up button. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell so that you know when we next go live. And do us a favour, folks, if you do find this live stream useful, share it with at least one other video creator who you think could benefit from our advice. Are you ready? Let's do this.
Muted.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan. I've just been talking with my mic muted because I'm an idiot. Also, you can do a double circle around that bingo card right now. So let me say all of that again. We recently reached 666,000 subscribers today, actually. And I just want to say from everybody here at vidIQ, thank you for continuing to support us on our journey to 1 million subscribers as we continue to support your journey. And the more people we can reach, the more people we can help educate and impact them in a positive way to grow their YouTube channel. So thank you very much for your continued support. And as always, we are supporting the COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund with our super chats. So any super chats will land up in this box, and at some point I will just visit this screen to make sure that we do mention any people who do donate. We really do appreciate that. And I think that's all of our pre-channel audit live stream pleasantries. So with that being said, Dan and Travis, you can see my screen, correct?
Yep.
All right then, so the very first channel we're going to look at was the one that submitted first yesterday when the audit screen came up for you lot. And it is, Dan, funnily enough, a channel with the word red in it, and this is Red Penguin. Now, what I want us to do, try and do this week is when we're looking at the thumbnails and the channel banner, I want us to try and maybe work out, like almost try and understand what the channel's value proposition is. So if we were going to look at this one for maybe like 10-15 seconds, I would say that I think the channel proposition is a gaming channel for a younger audience with a hint of Brawl Stars and Minecraft. And already when I start to give that value proposition, it feels like there's too much going on and maybe the channel needs to niche down a little bit. So I think at least one of us for each channel, maybe at some point in our audit, try and give a value prop and see if how close we are for the person who's being audited and how clear that is for the general audience. So with that being said, Dan, do you just want to pick up this one and see where we can offer some more advice for Red Penguin here?
Yeah, you know what's interesting is I've been seeing Red Penguin around a lot. I believe they're pretty active in the Discord. You're active somewhere. I think it's the Discord. So I wish I was remembering some of the questions you've had, because I know you've been asking some questions. Just looking at your channel, just like Rob did for kind of the first time, and trying to take it in. One thing it feels like is that you're not using custom thumbnails. And if I look very carefully, I can see that you have taken the time to put like Minecraft Survival #1 and things like that. But I think it would benefit you to take some time and educate yourself on custom thumbnails on YouTube, because any of these videos, if you were to just focus on one, which is going to be my next piece of advice, any of these videos would get completely buried by your competition because their thumbnail game is a lot stronger.
Good point.
Not to be rude. But that's my biggest piece of advice for you. The second thing is you say you're everything mobile gaming. I would advise you work up to that. Pick one game on mobile and hammer it to death. Pick your favorite one that you are an expert in, something you know a lot about and you feel like you can make a lot of content on, and stay in that lane as long as you possibly can.
I think the final piece of advice I would give is some more thought going into the titles of some of these. Meme Review 15, Meme Review 16. I mean, maybe highlight one of the comical things that's coming up in a meme review. You got Search to 500 and Big Game 85. I mean, I think these are from Brawl Stars, but I'm not entirely sure. You want to maybe include a bit of keyword intent in there just to make it more searchable on some of these. And yeah, go along with Dan here in that your thumbnails most of the time just aren't really jumping off the screen, making me want to click. But that is Red Penguin there, our first channel that we're reviewing this week. We're going to move now into the Photoshop battle that took place earlier on this week. And Travis, you were selected for the first time as our, I guess, guinea pig Photoshop. And yeah, what did you think of the effort that was put in there this week? Because I'm just going to scroll through some of the images.
Yeah, some were better than others, obviously. There was one or two animated ones. That one right there, the animated one. I actually had picked that one, but we've already done that channel before.
We did Matt Games a couple of weeks ago, yeah.
Yep, some good stuff, like the flying elbow drop, of course. Headphone, which is kind of cool because I did a bunch of headphone reviews, so that's a good one.
Following from your actual personal channel there, Travis.
Correct, yeah.
So I'm keeping an eye on. But I think the winner, from what I can remember, was something that you're very keen to do at exactly 1 o'clock every single live stream, which is in an hour and a half, is to get out of there and have some lunch. We've heard that many times before. Yeah. And we'll probably fail to do that again this week.
Today, I'm trying. Listen, I'm down like 30 pounds in 5 weeks, so I'm not eating as much as I used to.
Oh, well done. Congratulations. So I've weirdly put on a lot of weight during the quarantine and summer, which makes no sense whatsoever. But there you are. Anyway, the winner here was Michael Chow. So we're going to audit his channel first. And of course, do continue to send in your Twitter memes. We'll be looking at them later on. So yeah, Travis, I think I'll let you kick off with this one. You learn fostering creativity. And tell us a little bit about the channel. And then maybe Dan and I can give you like what we think is a value prop for this channel.
Yeah. I like the color scheme and the kind of the logo design and such. Fostering creativity, that can mean a lot of things. So typically I'll look down and see if I can figure out exactly what that means, how to make a logo, writing tips. All right, Illustrator, optimize your photo. Okay, yeah, so it is kind of an overall creative channel. I think though, as we scroll down, you can see a bunch of like similar-ish thumbnails that are way too much similar. Like they're way too similar. That if someone were to see one of these thumbnails, they might have thought they've already watched the video. You want to do that too often. You want to kind of vary your thumbnails. But I do like the concept behind this channel. Certainly, if you're a creative type and you want to get some stuff done, this is where you can come, assuming that the content is good. Now, having said that, a couple things. Number one, looks like you're learning these things quick. You might want to leverage that in your titling structure and in your kind of overall value prop, because a lot of these are under 2 minutes, which in order to make sure you get enough watch time, you might want to kind of pump that out. Hey, learn how to do this in 2 minutes. Like that's a value proposition someone's going to really want to jump on, and you're going to need it just because the watch time is going to be so low for most videos traditionally.
So the value prop for me on this channel seems to be offering digital and online creative resources, and I think that in itself is maybe a bit too broad, because you may be looking at logos on one video and then creative videos for Adobe Spark in another one, and those could be like two very specific niches in themselves. So I think probably the creator needs to look at what people are reacting to best, whether it's something in Illustrator or it is something like free flyers that you're offering in some of these, and try and limit it down to 1 or 2 programs. Now, the interesting thing you noted here, Travis, was that this creator was turning some of their LinkedIn stuff into a bit of thumbnail wallpaper.
Yeah.
But what I did find interesting is that when they stuck to this one topic for like a week, the view counts were just starting to creep up a little bit as if they were building momentum on that one particular topic. And then they switched to something else and did okay. And then when they continue to switch through other stuff, the view counts have kind of fallen off again. I mean, like how to change your YouTube URL 2020. That seems to be completely disconnected from the other stuff that you're providing on your channel. So it's losing a bit of momentum. So is there maybe an idea that you could niche down a little bit into LinkedIn stuff for a few videos, but just mix up the thumbnails a bit more so they're not as repetitive as they are?
Well, one of the things that I was actually going to mention is that this is like straight up a utility channel, which means it's going to take a lot more views, generally speaking, to get subscribers, because someone's going to get the answer to their question and leave.
Correct. Yeah.
And since some of the things are kind of not directly connected, where it's like maybe a Photoshop tutorial page where you're answering a bunch of questions about one particular thing, which makes more sense for me to subscribe to that. I'm getting one particular answer, and I may not have another answer about that type of product again for a while. So for me, this is just a repository to get my answer and leave. So you might see that the subscribe numbers don't go up as high as they will for some educational channels.
Okay, final thought from you here, Dan, before we move on to the next one, if you have anything to suggest.
Is he muted again? Of course he is. And hit your bingos, ladies and gentlemen.
Gosh, jeez.
Wow.
Sorry about that today. I'm just not going to touch the thing for the microphone anymore. One of the things that Travis said is that the videos are very short, and as somebody who watches a lot of tutorials, like Illustrator, for example, is a program I know nothing about. Despite knowing about Photoshop, I'm lost in Illustrator. So the fact that you have a tutorial that's a minute or two long is very appealing to me, because I'm going to get what I need and I'm going to get it quickly. So that is very, very valuable.
All right. So maybe there might be something in the short form tutorials to give people stuff what they want as quickly as they need it. Let's move on to the next channel then. It is Sudo Cuba. I think this is another one of our bingo things. We're not actually doing stuff on the Audit live stream just so that you can tick off bingo stuff. We just always get cubing channels, and it looks like this is a cubing channel. Just from the sponsorship I can see in the channel banner, you probably want to move that to the left a little bit more centered, because that's going to get cut off in mobile. And who selected this one?
That was
this
me.
one? That was Dan. All right, so why excuse me, my voice has gone really weird. Why have you chosen this one?
Well, I was looking through just our channel audits, and I've started to do this thing where I'm looking for channels that have, you know, a pretty decent amount of subscribers, and they're still here, like, looking for an audit, seeing how we can help. So
yeah.
I looked at it, and I'm very impressed. I like what they're doing. One of the things I did note, though, is that their thumbnails, in some cases, not all cases, do feel a bit text heavy. Where the cube, I feel like, should be more of the hero of the shot. Sometimes I feel like the text is. And in some ways it works, and I think sometimes it just doesn't.
What might you say is a happy medium there, if we were to look at these thumbnails? Like, is the one where the text complements rather than dominates the thumbnail on any?
My eye is drawn to the video on the second row. It's MGC 5x5.
Yeah, that one. I was the same.
Yes, the text is there, but it's just a tool. Like, it's been hidden. It's been masked behind the cube, so my eye is drawn to that. Like, there's some separation there.
Mm-hmm. I thought this one was okay as well. Like, there was some nice separation between the two.
I got everyone's camera over that one right now.
Yeah.
But yes, that one's also really good. So if you could do more stuff like that, I think that would really help your thumbnails. But the other thing I noticed was your about section. And this was kind of interesting. So it's filled out, but I feel like you talk more about your sponsors than you do about what I'm going to get as a viewer.
Good point. Yeah.
It does help for, you know, keywords, right? Like the sponsorship message kind of does that work. You can keep that in there, but tell me what I'm going to get from watching this channel. Are there going to be giveaways? I noticed a couple giveaways. Am I going to learn about cubing? Am I going to learn about new cube puzzles that are coming out? All of these things are important to demonstrate to your audience. Why should they subscribe? Why should they come back?
A good point. The viewer is not there for your sponsor. The viewer is there to know what value they can get from the channel. Go on then, Travis. If you were to maybe give us the value prop of this channel, what might it be? Just looking at it for the last minute or two.
I don't understand would you rather eat or blow up my main? That's just a weird thing. I feel like he's trying to kind of expand the I don't know where you'd be expanding to. Food and cubing is confusing to me, but it's definitely like a man. It's obviously cubing oriented, but I'm just trying to understand: am I going to learn how to cube? Am I just going to see some amazing, kind of tutorials? I know it's cubing, but what about cubing? And that's where I'm kind of lost. I'd watch it a couple times and then try to figure out, like, okay, when this pops up on my sub feed, do I expect to learn how to speed cube, or am I just going to watch him do some cool stuff, or is he going to review the newest cube? Like, those are the things I don't understand.
Yeah,
Any records.
Yeah, if you are right, Nick, it almost feels like a cuber's life. Almost there's a bit of everything in there. So it may be worth the channel just looking at each of the, defining like your different lanes or funnels of content that you're doing, whether it is like a review or a how-to tutorial or some sort of challenge, and then determine if there's videos that perform really well in that set, or there are others that don't perform as well. Because I see there's like 4 or 5 videos here that are getting over 1,000 views, which seems good for this channel, and then there are others which are under 500. So there's probably a happy medium there of trying to work out what are the more successful videos for you.
Well, one thing I wanted to point out was their top videos, like you just mentioned. They all happen to be reviews and giveaways, but mostly reviews. And that's probably the direction you want to keep going.
So yeah, just looking at the top, well, we got some giveaways which are always going to maybe bring in some views for the people who want to win something. But yeah, the other 3, I think, Dan, are reviews of some kind as well. Yeah. Or maybe like asking a question about a particular product that's been released and how it's going to affect the cubing industry. There we are. That is Sudo Cuber. And we will say with 1,500 subscribers, you're getting some healthy views actually. I mean, if you're getting between 500 and 1,000 each one, that's a pretty healthy level of subscribers to viewers ratio. Let's move on to the next channel then, and it's going to be Amit Panchal, and he has over 6,000 subscribers. And from the channel banner, we can see that he is a chess guru, and he has an academy that he wants to share on his channel, which is awesome to see. Something a little different, very traditional gaming. This one, Travis, was this one that you picked, or
this was me?
Oh, another Dan chosen one. All right then, Dan. So go ahead.
Got mine out of the way early. So this channel, I had to look up and see what other folks were doing with thumbnails, because I feel like a lot of thought is put into the thumbnails, just with the colors and everything. But ultimately, the ones that stood out to me in the chess category were ones where arrows were pointing at different chess pieces, depicting a move. You'll probably see that here. Yeah,
a little bit. The arrows are fantastic. They could probably be made slightly larger on some of these.
Yeah, I thought just that alone will help, I think, this channel just point that out. Like the thumbnails, the chessboard is blown up, and I think these are, to me, a lot more clickable, because I feel like in the thumbnails we're looking at right now, the text kind of ends up being king. And the other thing I was going to say...
Well done.
Yes. Haha. I did not mean to do that. The other thing I was going to say was the channel name. I would take the name in the banner and make that the channel name. Is that unorthodox advice? Everyone got quiet.
No, I can see why you would want to. I mean, the branding is certainly about chess, education and tutorial. So, is it worth just having your face on as a profile image and a channel name? It might be something worth certainly testing. Description looks good. Just as I quickly look at that. Any extra thoughts from you here, Travis, about what's going on here?
I'm trying to see if I'm not a chess guy. I'm more of a checkers guy, even when I do play. So I don't really understand this stuff. It's cool though that I know if I come here, I'm going to learn some cool strategy, which I dig. But I'm not super familiar with chess thumbnails. Although this feels appropriate when you show the board.
Yeah,
and what Dan said is showing the positions of things and then showing the arrows. I think is good. The one thing I would add to that is something like this is the killer move or something like that. Now, some of these are live streams, right? So kind of is what it is. But the move no one saw coming, and then like whatever, something like that, or the best move, or the championship opening move. This move won the world championship. I mean, stuff like that. I think is going to be a little bit more clickable. But I mean, overall, doing okay on some of this stuff. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going down to the very bottom here. Look at when this channel started. The first couple of videos, like this was 7 years ago. and they had one which had 300,000 views, and it's like, oh, if you just carried on with the chess content 7 years ago, you could be like the industry leader now. But obviously it took a huge break and return to it a year ago, and now YouTube's a very different landscape. And yeah, I was just looking at some of these thumbnails, maybe where there's a lot of pieces on the screen, like the most recent one. You probably want to put something on the thumbnail which helps you focus on a certain element of this board setup, where are you most vulnerable, or where is the next move going to come from. And that's, I think, where you write down that you'd use an arrow or maybe a circle to highlight a particular spot on this board, so that maybe chess players would be able to immediately spot what's going on this, but for people like us, maybe it adds a little intrigue, excitement, and tension into a thumbnail if you're creating an area that we need to look at on the thumbnail. But yeah, I mean, this channel is doing well, and I think they need to continue with that. I'm just looking at the titles now: Chess Strategy, Chess Channel, Amit Channel Trailer. So they're using Chess Strategy quite a lot in their titles. I'm not sure if that's working too well. It seems as if they've just flatlined a bit, going down into like less than 500 views per video. The live streams seem to be doing a little better, but they've had time to develop. So I'm wondering if you're actually playing a live stream game with another person. That'd be interesting.
You know what's interesting
strategy.
is some of their newer live streams are like super short.
Yeah, so there's a strategy by which you do live streams around the same length as a normal video, and they tend to do more in line with regular videos, which is a weird thing. I've seen a couple creators do this, large creators do this, and it seems to work okay. If you do a lot of live streaming, you'll notice typically they don't get as many views as a normal video, like an upload video, just not really treated the same. However, it appears if you keep the time kind of within the normal-ish video length, 15 minutes or less, they do seem to do almost as good. It's a weird thing. I haven't tested it yet on my own channel exactly, but I would love to kind of do some tests regarding that.
So to finish off here, I think we're fairly clear with the value prop here. We know it's tutorials for playing chess, and I would say this is probably for people who are at like a intermediate level, not complete beginners to chess. That's the vibe I'm getting from the thumbnails. And so we get that, which is clear, but maybe a little more excitement in the thumbnails, and maybe playing about with a channel name as well to add some more authenticity, authority to the content. Let's move on to the next channel then, and this is going to be Wolf Geekdom, and you have 300 subscribers. And I think I picked this one out as a channel that looked to be comic superhero centric. And what really fascinated me about this channel is the first few videos from a month ago weren't doing anything particularly exciting, although probably average for a beginner channel. And all of a sudden, when they do something a little unique and fun, which was Joe Rogan hating on video games, they get a boost in views. And then since then, apart from one anomaly of 60 views there, all of the videos are doing really well, and have fallen into a little bit of a niche here in the last couple of weeks of looking at female superhero characters, and those videos are doing really well. So some good starting blocks here for this channel. Let's look to Travis now about maybe things that they could tweak and improve here on what they're currently doing.
Well, a couple things. I would be highly suspicious of a video with 1,700 views having 100% like. There's always one random person that's out there just putting in something.
We'll get back to that. Interesting point, but we'll get back to that.
But besides that, I do like kind of the thumbnail style. It's interesting. It's kind of almost not dark, but kind of different. It's not your typical super bright colored. It's almost this kind of moody deal. I love the listicle thing. Top eight. That's awesome. We know that tend to work. There's no banner here, which is kind of a bummer.
There is.
Oh, sorry.
That was my fault.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. No, looking good there. And there's the wolf in the logo, which is kind of dope. Yeah. So I like what's going on here. He puts the wolf in a couple of the thumbnails. And then there's the Wonder Woman one with the eyes. That's pretty funny, actually. Yeah. So it's interesting trying to meld his own kind of personality with the topics.
So the interesting thing here is he wears this mask, I think, during these videos. So he's adding like a character or a personality into the content. But what you said interestingly here was that you saw this video with nearly 2,000 views, and it has like 58 likes, 0 dislikes. Interesting in itself. And then when you click on the actual video, here's something else that's really interesting. almost no engagement.
Yeah.
And this is on all of the videos. It's either one comment or two comments. Now, the likes and dislikes seem in line with the number of views that you would get, but to have no comments is really weird. I don't want to use the word suspicious. It may be that you're just sharing this content on a platform, which means that people can interact with the likes and dislikes, but they can't post comments on it, whether that's in Reddit or something. So that is something that's a little strange and interesting. So maybe that you need to do more calls to action within the videos or ask questions within the video, which are going to prompt people to answer in the comments. That might be something to think about there. And I'll leave a final word here to Dan on this one. What do you reckon?
I was going to say the thumbnail evolution here is pretty nice. I think they've already come a long way in a very short span of time.
Yeah.
And their banner just struck me immediately. It looks perfect in terms of the brand, like the comic book kind of brand. So I'm just excited to see where they go, and very curious about the views and the engagement. But I'm sure they probably found a Reddit community or something that's kind of embracing this content, and now you got to get them over to YouTube.
Yeah, I think this is one that's going to be interesting to look at maybe in 3 to 6 months' time. You've been on YouTube for only a month. You're already above 300 subscribers. You've already got thousands of views of some of your videos, so you're going in the right direction. So well done, and yeah, just keep looking at these little niches that you're diving into with your content. Let's move on to the next channel then, which is Harvey's Range. And I think this is probably going to be the first channel where we're going to struggle a little bit with a value prop. The channel is a couple of months old, and it looks as if they're doing informational type of content, intrigue, maybe conspiracy theories a little bit there. That's a vibe I'm getting, but it's not quite strong enough to really suggest what the channel is about. So let's have some thoughts from first Travis and then Dan as I go through the about section and look at the thumbnails.
What was there a banner? I missed it if there was.
So there it is, Harvey's Range, just repeating the channel name.
YouTuber who calls myself an encyclopedia. A lot to read, but none of it's interesting. All right, there you go. Here's your value prop. We have lots of videos to watch. None of them are interesting. Are you sure you don't want to be in one of the savage students that might benefit from that class? Yeah, that's kind of so there's a little bit of like conspiracy, and then there's some kind of like TMZ-ish type, the scamming Twitch streamer. Like, I don't know. It's I feel like it's one of those channels that is making content as if they are already a large channel, and that's fine if you want to do that. I mean, YouTube is free, so do what you do. But if you're trying to grow, this could be a very difficult way to do it. Not impossible. Anything's possible. YouTube can literally just randomly blow you up. I've seen it happen before. I've helped channels do it. But I like to stack the deck in my favor, which means like niching into something that I think people can find, get into, like, share, comment, that sort of thing, and get YouTube going. So for me, there's just not enough of a direction here for me to understand what I would get the next time you upload. And for me personally, I don't subscribe to channels that I have no idea what I'm going to get from them.
Yeah, I wish I had more to add, but I'm really struggling to figure out what kind of content, because there seems to be no consistency. Like, the consistency in the text and stuff is there, so I know it's the same creator, but that's about it. We're talking about facts about presidents, and then as you look down the line, it's, now we're talking about Twitch streamers that are doing things, and just other YouTubers and content creators. And I think if you're going to be like a news channel, for example, that's going to cover news, you should kind of focus on one topic, right? You should focus on just covering YouTube news or Twitch news. Or if you're going to give facts about presidents, I would expect to watch more facts about historical figures and places and times and things like that. So I think this channel is struggling from just picking a direction.
I think if we were to try and put this channel into a category, if we take out this one about Britpop and the one about amazing facts about US presidents, it feels as if they're all mysteries surrounding an individual. If I was going to loop them up in one form factor, and so I don't know if that means that you would be using maybe like a similar title, and it could be like the mysterious story of XXXXX, and then when a viewer does subscribe to your channel and it's always a mystery of a person or something, I think that's going to really help with the value proposition. So I think we may be doing a little bit of a disservice here about not quite understanding the channel. I just think that the channel's using all different thumbnail imagery and titles every time, which was throwing us off a bit. So I think there's maybe that to consider as a bit of a counter argument to what Travis and Dan have said. Text wise, I mean, you're using a consistent text, which is okay, but it's kind of destroying the imagery itself on some of these. Like in some of these, I think it does complement, like this one where it just says what happened. That's an more of a intriguing one, rather than this one where the text is seemingly covering up, I guess, an ocean. What you're trying to display is maybe the Prime Minister disappeared there. And then I think you're probably going to really help yourself with a better channel banner and perhaps a channel name, because right now none of those things are really connecting to your content. You may want to change them again when you grow as a channel, but those are just some thoughts from me. And hey, Dan, Travis, let's remember this channel's 2 months old, coming up to 50 subscribers, and each of their videos are getting dozens of views, so I think there's already some good progress there. I think what will be interesting here is looking at the view duration, the audience retention. Most of these videos are at least 5 minutes or above, and I think if you're telling like an interesting story of intrigue and mystery, you'd be hoping that the viewer's getting through a lot of the content here, and so that might be something to look at as well. Any final thoughts from either of you two, or are we good to move on?
I think we're good.
All right then, let's move on. By the way, folks, if you are enjoying the education that you're getting here and you're learning not only about potentially your channel but all sorts of channels, many of the strategies do apply to you, then you might want to try the vidIQ Academy, where there are tons more strategies that will definitely apply to you. I'm just scrolling through here the options that we have available as we continue to grow our learning resources. We got Sydney here, our guest educator, telling you all about how to set up your YouTube channel in terms of the equipment that you use. We got me talking about analytics, how to start your YouTube channel in 30 days as well. That is a big one that many of our creators go through. And I think if I've done this right, if I press back, we have a new free course here. If you sign up to vidIQ and you download our software, you get these 2 courses free. One is how to use vidIQ to help you grow your channel, but this one here from Sydney is how to shoot YouTube 101. This is how to shoot with a mobile phone, thinking about different lenses, what's the most important thing about video, which is actually audio, believe it or not. So there's a free course there, 1 hour worth of really valuable learning. So make sure to check out the vidIQ Academy, and we have a link for that in the video description. Moving on now to the next channel that we're auditing here, which is the joy of watching painting. I think the channel name tells us pretty much everything we need to know here from this one. So let's get into the thumbnails as quickly as we can here, and I think this is one where we're going to maybe pick it apart a little bit, and we'll start with Dan here. What do you think maybe is right with the thumbnails or not necessarily working too well right now?
The biggest thing is that since it's a painting channel, a channel about art, I'm noticing a lot of the art is being covered by text, and a lot of text. If you want to use text, I would limit yourself to no more than 4 words. Some of these are like full sentences, and yeah, I would say some of these are better than others. But that's my critique on the thumbnails.
And Travis, if you're going to maybe suggest one more thing, whether it be about the thumbnails or something else on the content, what might that be?
Yeah, we have Tish in the comments that does acrylic pours, which is basically what this is. Definitely go check out her channel for some good ideas. I think you definitely need to focus on the final, kind of the final thing, what it looks like, with some saturation in those thumbnails.
I was just going to pick out this thumbnail as a particular offender in terms of not really doing the hero of the content justice. It looks as if it's a video on how to paint hearts and flowers acrylically, but you have yourself in the thumbnail, and then you have this muddy image of the painting itself. And just when I moused over it, that little highlight there looked like a much more potentially intriguing thumbnail than the actual thumbnail that you've got. And so maybe looking at this half-finished version of this painting may be more effective than what you're currently using. And then if we look at the channel itself with 300 subscribers, I think you've been doing it for quite a while now. Lots and lots of content, which is fantastic. So what I might be doing with this sample size of content that you have is sorting by most popular. That's another one of the bingo things that you could cross off, by the way. And maybe see if there's anything jumping out in particular that's been really successful, and it doesn't yet. So you would usually see maybe 50 to 100 videos, one video that's really jumping out as performing better than anything else, and we don't see that just yet. But interestingly, Dan, the top performing videos, 3 of those have no text in the thumbnails, and I think with that one being the highlight, where you can really see the imagery on the thumbnail, and that's what we as people who are interested in acrylic painting content are probably going to be wanting to see in the thumbnails to encourage us to click.
Some of these are just so nice too. Like this is a very talented artist. So
yeah.
That's why we're picking on the thumbnail so much. It's a shame to cover this up.
Yeah, and I guess one final thing here is that the channel has this interesting name, and that leads me on to this concept of the satisfaction style of content, which you just watch because it's visually very appealing. I'm wondering if you can tap into that a little bit more in your content. And then any final thoughts about the titles? Let's just have a quick look here. I noticed in some of these that you're using dual language. Apologies if that, I'm not sure what language that is, but you're kind of including that in your titles as well. What is a language being used in the videos? That might be something to think about. Is it English or is it your native language? And think about, what is somebody going to get when they click on a thumbnail? If they're looking at this as an English viewer and they click on it and it's a different language, that's immediately going to switch people off. Or vice versa, if you have a native language in the title and it's all in English. Something to consider there. It's very difficult to have dual languages trying to operate on a channel, but there may be a specific reason why you've done that. We're just querying that right now. Any final thoughts, Dan and Travis, or shall we move on to the next one?
I think we're good.
All right, then, let's move on to the next one. And I think I'll let Travis take this one away. It is Superior Facts. And you're approaching 100 subscribers. And yeah, let's have a look at what's going on here.
Yeah, the thumbnails in this one are really phenomenal. They're crazy.
Yeah.
Like, they're so well done. And because I was kind of curious, like, why these consistently had kind of lower views, even though they look like not only a great title and topic and thumbnail. I went in and listened, and I'm a little confused about this because it's B-roll with someone speaking over. It's not a robot, so it's actual people, but it's a different person every time, which is really confusing to me.
Right.
It could be a lot of things. It doesn't feel like they aren't on. I feel like they're part of the same brand. If this is a spin-off of a much larger channel, it makes more sense. Otherwise, either someone's spending a lot of money, or they're maybe they're doing like voiceovers from like Fiverr or something. I'm not sure. Like, that part was kind of weird, but I like so much about this that I feel like this is content waiting to pop. It's just because the channel's kind of newerish. But the thumbnails are so good. The content itself was good. I watched some of them. It was good. This one's one of those kind of weird ones where I feel like it should be performing better already, but it will take some time for YouTube to kind of figure out who to push this stuff to. The nice thing is, once it finds those right people, so much of the rest of it is similar-ish that people should start binging it after, some point in time. What's the most popular video here? I forget.
Let's sort by that. Let's have a look.
Yeah, see, these all look like they're from somewhere else. Like, it's hard to know with this sort of thing.
I'm just going to search. Is that what the title is? Things humans cannot do. All right. Okay, so the thumbnail's not being reused.
There's a consensus in chat right now. A lot of people feel like this is stolen content.
But how would you know for sure? Like,
you really wouldn't.
The thumbnails look like they could. The thing is, like, you can make these thumbnails. It's not like
impossible
thumbnails to make, but and again, if you watch the actual videos, they do all feel like they're from the same creator. It's hard to know for sure. So I don't want to.
Though they repurpose content, maybe they find stuff they like and they do like.
So that's what I thought, and I watched it, and typically if it was just straight up taking one video from here, one video from here, one from here, you would be able to tell by the editing style, the audio over, like everything. You'd be able to tell. I watched like 3 or 4 different videos. They all had the same kind of feel, even though the voice actress or actor was different each time. So it's a little strange. Regardless, I'm not going to throw any aspersions. We don't know. You can assume whatever. Taking it from face value, this looks like a channel that should blow at some point. Should just take off.
Yeah, it should. I mean, they're doing many of the popular YouTube tropes, in like they're doing listicles, something dramatic and exciting. The thumbnails are very striking. I guess, like I said, the one thing is, if it is repurposed content, let's say this channel has multiple channels and they're taking it from, they've got an animal fact channel and they've got another type of channel, just repurposing the content on YouTube as is. Unfortunately, if it's already on YouTube, it just makes it very difficult for it to then pick up traction again if it already exists on YouTube. But like you say, it's one of those where you look at the number of subscribers, you look at the number of views, and you think this channel should have thousands of subscribers, shouldn't it? And some of these videos should have millions of views, and yet they don't. And we're wondering why that would be. And naturally, I think thoughts go to reuse content. And if it is, then unfortunately this channel doesn't really have much of a future. But if it isn't, then it looks as if you've got all of the things in place. We need to wait for one of those videos to really pop on YouTube. So yeah, let's move on to the next one then, and it's going to be It's Emto, I think is the channel name, and it looks on the value proposition as if it's some sort of I would say I don't know, like a gangster animation type of channel, like with gambling going on and what looks to be an image of a rock there. Or kind of looks similar. I'm just seeing a people's eyebrow there. Sorry, that's what I'm getting distracted by. But then when I look at the thumbnails, it's all tech. I'm guessing, Travis, this was one of your selections from our
I think the branding is bad because nothing about the banner has anything to do with what's going on in the channel. Or the very well, okay, so the PS5 thing maybe, right? But there's so much other stuff here that doesn't have anything to do with video games that it's a confusing message. Plus, the name of the title doesn't make any sense either. If that's the person's name, they're not in the thumbnails or anything. So it's a confusing mess of everything. So I would definitely change a lot of things. I would change that. I know that it's, you got 1,000 subscribers. I would definitely change the name of the channel to something else. I would change the banner to something else. And while, you're talking about iPhone tips and tricks and stuff, you got other stuff on there that has nothing to do with that stuff. So again, I would definitely, there's too much going on here to really kind of gather a consistent viewership across each video. So I would definitely rethink the strategy, the overall strategy.
Okay, let's see. I'm just seeing what they started with. So a bit of gaming to begin with, and now it looks as if they did iPhone for 4 or 5 videos and have now switched on to PlayStation 5. So I think, to be fair, a channel that's still trying to find its way on the platform. I think you're sort of stepping your toe into the swimming pool of many different creators who've done a lot of this content already. So looking at their thumbnails and seeing what they're doing right, especially in the terms of the app tutorial area. The moment you see some text on a thumbnail is the moment somebody has to start reading and decode the thumbnail, as opposed to just seeing an arrow that's pointing to some cool thing that they've never seen before on an iPhone. And I think that's going to help you a lot more. So yeah, this is a good example of where I'm just going to show you here a batch of 18 thumbnails, and if you look at them for 10 seconds, are your eyes being drawn to any particular thumbnail in particular? And the answer is probably unlikely, because there's so much text on each of them. Maybe your eye is drawn to this one because the text is well positioned. Maybe you're drawn to this one because there's a deep red color on the thumbnail, but the rest of them, it's just all text wallpaper, making it very difficult to really pick one out there. Dan, any thoughts from you here on this one, or do you think we've covered it?
I think you took the words out of my mouth there. I will say that if you are going to use text in the thumbnails, try not to parrot your title, because that's kind of wasted real estate.
Oh, are they doing that as well? Yeah, I didn't even realize that. Good point.
You could really do 2 to 4 words of just some kind of impact statement. Like, I like the 190 million views equals money. Like that I think it is an example of what you should be doing going forward in terms of text on your thumbnails.
Yep. Okay. And then rebranding, absolutely, because the value proposition from up here would be completely different to the thumbnails that we actually see, which the value proposition is kind of tech tutorials, and that's how it feels like, which is too broad right now. So specifically tell me, like, I'm an iPhone user who wants to learn how to take my iPhone experience to the next level. Like, I already know how to use an iPhone, and I want you to show me how to go to the secret settings, or like how to double the speed of my battery, double the efficiency of my battery life. That's kind of where it feels your value proposition is, but we don't get a strong enough sense of that from the banner, the title, and the thumbnails themselves. All right, let's move on to the next channel now. And actually, I think we've done all of our pre-selected ones here. We've gone through all of them first. So I think now, if we go to #channel audits, and we'll pick some of our most entertaining tweets here. And what happens is, if you stop us from scrolling and you entertain us or inform us or intrigue us, like this one here, where Rob picks a channel one way.
I should have put volume on it. Let's see.
Oh, that's frustrating when the time stamp.
What was the music on it?
Picks a random channel that is.
It's just playing the. It's a robot voice from the text that's coming through. Let's pick another one. Let's see what's anything stopping us. That was on the memes of the week last week. That one.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What's going on here? Nicely done. Oh, hello.
Wow.
All right, then,
That's a pretty good one.
Mr. Toucan, you've got us there. So this is a channel with 8,000 subscribers, and hey, look, it's better behind the meme. It's a dank channel. Have we already audited this channel from a couple of weeks ago? Is this one who was like not just showing us memes, but actually like the commentary and the evolution, how a meme came to be, I think, which was like a really interesting alternative viewpoint. I'm sure we looked at this, something similar.
It might have been this channel or one like it, but yeah, it was. I remember us being really fascinated by a channel that was.
But I don't remember being this particular channel. But I love the idea behind that. Love that.
I mean, the one that
n equals 21 origin story. What am I missing there? I have behind the meme adios, which literally we just saw that meme.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. I mean, this kind of intrigues me here. I'm wondering, like, I don't know if it got like more views than others because he used the origin behind, or the origin of. I'm wondering if that's like a nice title you can include for your memes. But I think this is a continue to go in the right direction in terms of offering something alternative to the idea of memes and like the history behind them. And I think you're probably one of the only few creators who's doing that. And if you can just latch onto a meme like the moment it becomes really popular on YouTube, or almost just before it becomes it reaches terminal velocity, I think one of these videos is going to blow up. I'm guessing you probably already have one or two that have been really successful. Yeah, a couple that have already done well. And yeah, we've had this one on our memes a couple of times, haven't we? That one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
I want to watch this channel actually now. I might watch it for lunch or something. Actually.
I think you should watch our memes of the week and then like do a commentary of where the history of all of the memes and where they came from.
Oh, look, Stonks explained. That'd be great for Savage. That was good.
Yeah, there we go. So well done, Mr. Toucan. You could continue to do well on your channel. Let's pick another one.
Forget to go to latest on the top. You have top selected.
All right, you want me to go to the? Oh yeah, that was a good point. Let's have a look at one. Yeah, it is.
It is very hard.
That is a fact. That is a fact. Moving on.
Very true. That's true.
Oh, someone says somebody's already. Oh, interesting question there.
Very nice.
I thought for a second as well that the Twitter name was Annoying Leron. That would have been funny. What shall we do this one?
Yeah, I mean, you take time to make a GIF. I mean, why not?
All right, Annoying Lion.
We gotta send that to Leron.
So, Dan, I'm seeing some Minecrafty stuff going on here. So, what Minecrafty stuff is actually happening on this channel?
Well, it looks like as of recently, that's been the pivot. As you scroll down, it looks like it's gone from like vlogs and tech to just a focus on Minecraft, if I had to guess.
Yeah, let's go back to the top then. So, maybe there's stuff in the last month.
Okay, so it looks like you finally settled on Minecraft. If the scrolling we just did is any indication, you were trying to figure out what you were going to do, and now you're doing some Minecraft. So that's cool. One of the things I'm seeing you do right out of the gate that I always advise people not to do if they can avoid it is episode numbers, especially as you get into the later stages of your Let's Play.
Something we do not have on our bingo card there. I need to modify that for next week.
Yes.
Episode numbers on thumbnails.
Yes. So the reason I tell people to avoid this is because you have to think of it from the perspective of a brand new subscriber. Your video happens to get pushed to them, but it's episode 28. You know, that's kind of an indication that, like, oh, there's a lot to see here, and I don't feel like I'm part of the club. You know what I mean? Instead of putting an episode number so prominently on the thumbnail and the title, I would make that the very last thing if you're going to put it at all, and then give value for that video. So the fishing hut, maybe it's how to build a fishing hut or how to make an automatic fish farm or something like that, because you obviously did something with fishing in that video, and there's no reason to, you know, not embrace that and make that kind of the premise to get new people to come in, because these Let's Plays could bring in new people. The alternative to that is make your Let's Plays to placate your current audience, and because they're fun to make, but keep making how-to content to bring those new people in. Because right now it looks like you're just doing a lot of Let's Plays, and I'm afraid these are not going to bring you a lot of new subscribers.
It's you're on an adventure, and people right now, just because of your channel size, aren't too invested in your adventure yet. So like just having a title that is the Dragon Egg Shrine Minecraft episode 17, there must be dozens, if not hundreds, of creators who've done similar content. What makes yours different to others when you haven't got that social proof? I know that's an unfortunate thing. We often talk about, do subscriber counts matter? Sometimes, depending on how you pitch your video to an audience, it can make a difference. Like if PewDiePie did the same thing, people are going to be all over it because they are familiar with his content and his journey, whereas you, not quite yet. So I agree with you, Dan, that maybe some educational stuff is probably going to need to squeeze its way into some of your content as well. So that's the annoying lying. I think the value proposition for the channel is like Minecraft adventures. And when we say Minecraft adventures, is that enough? Is that your target audience? Does it need to be a little more niche? That's the vibe we're getting from your channel. Let's pick out another one here to audit if we can. Anything that we can see here? I think we're back to where we were now. So
yeah, I think yeah, I think realizing it's trash is funny. No, I think so. Yeah, I think we can go to the randoms. Plus, you know, we got good news for the people that are submitting their channels for the randoms, and that is there's not 1,000 people that have submitted. Of course,
that is correct. That. Not yet.
But there is some bad news. The bad news is there's still a tremendous amount of submissions.
839, still a lot. I'm just going to check the live stream. I'm just going to check if anybody's has donated here, just to say thank you if they have. On this screen, that some really bizarre, weird reason just doesn't refresh for a while. It just sits here. So I'm gonna switch my screen to me, and then as soon as I do that, the screen actually refreshes. All right, no super chats just yet. That's okay. We're not asking people to super chat, but I do want to shout out the people who do. So yeah, Travis, let's go to our randoms. And you are right, we're not quite at 1,000 channels. So let's go and adjust that number, so that we get the right number that we're going to pick. So this is how the next series of audits work. We use this machine, we pick a number, and we take that number to our list. And this is potentially where, on the bingo card, Travis may go quiet for 20 minutes as we go through a humongous number of gaming channels, which is fine. If that's our main audience here, we don't mind looking at those channels. And this first one is Green Beanies. It's, Dan, I think, a Roblox channel. Is it?
Yeah.
Is it a Roblox mod channel? So the first one we want to say is that we have a video in the video description, which is a bit of a tutorial on Roblox stuff, so do make sure to check that one out. And let's see. What are we looking at here, Dan? Are we seeing a
3
particular
months ago.
mod? Or is it... Oh, Green Beanies. Is that the mod that they're playing?
No, I think that's their name.
Oh, yeah, it is. Whoops, that's me being an idiot.
If it is Roblox, that's one thing. What's missing here, and maybe it's because the titles are truncated. I don't. Oh, it does. One of them says Roblox. It's hard for me to tell what game it is. But that could be a me problem. That might not be something to worry about too much. Some of your titles, though, so like where all the motorcycle parts in the mountains are, is kind of. For one, that's in the thumbnail as well, which we've kind of advised against today already in the stream. But it doesn't. I don't think there's a lot of like searchability behind that title, and I think you should try and do a little bit of research into what people are kind of putting in their Roblox titles to try and structure them a little bit better.
Yeah, it feels as if they're all maybe from the same mod on Roblox. Would that be fair to say, Dan? Just looking at the screenshots, we can see.
They probably are. That's a good way to niche down in Roblox, because Roblox is just a game full of games. So you kind of want to like get into one community and kind of make yourself known in that community. And if you're sticking to one game, you're doing it right, in my opinion. That's why Roblox is so cool, because eventually when you get sick of it, you could play a similar game and you're still technically a Roblox channel. It's not really a hard pivot. So I would do, since you just started, this is all good stuff we're seeing here, but I would definitely do a little bit more research into your titles. Look at the competition in the thumbnail space as well, because your thumbnails feel a little bit text heavy in a lot of cases. But I'd say you're doing a lot of stuff right by cutting out your character and, you know, putting them front and center. That's always a good place to start.
This most recent video has a Russian title. That's thrown me a little bit, so just be wary about if you're going to start
testing.
Yeah, if you're going to start doing some different languages on the channel, that'll be something to be aware of as well. Let's pick another channel then. Moving on, it is 701 for our next channel to audit, and this is another gaming channel.
Something tells me I'm going to need water.
I will prod you, Travis, when we need you. So do relax. So this is XYZ CrazeX Gamer.
Okay. So I'm already seeing a huge opportunity for you. Looks like you are doing a lot of live streams. Some of them shorter than others. There's a really cool thing about YouTube when you compare it to a site like Twitch, and that is when you live stream on it, you get to take advantage of all the fun searchability tools that YouTube has at your disposal. You can make searchable titles, you can make clickable thumbnails, and you can make your videos stand out. If you were to go to the Roblox live streams right now on YouTube, you'd probably see what you're dealing with in terms of competition.
Yeah, let's have a quick look there. So
yeah, filter
by live streams and see what's coming up for Roblox.
There you go, live. There you go.
Yeah, just look at the difference in the thumbnails there, folks. Hardly any text, or like a super blown in single character. Lots of punchy colours there as well.
Yeah, so these are the types of channels that are live right now that are going to be competing with you while you're live, and you want to keep that in mind. I would also make your titles different. You know, using the same one over and over again isn't going to be helpful, as your videos kind of go into that category of just a video after the live stream's done, just a video on demand.
Look at how interesting it is when you filter by just live streams, and like how a smaller channel, like this channel with only 4,000 subscribers, but are like number 4 in the list. That's really interesting to see there.
Yeah,
I mean this one here as well. Yeah, 1,500 people watching.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of cool opportunities in the gaming space on YouTube when you're live, but you got to take advantage of those same things that video creators have at their disposal when they're just making videos, and that's titles and descriptions and tags and everything. So it's cool that you're experimenting with live streams, but definitely keep that in mind.
Let's go back to the machine, which is going to pull out 5, 6, 3 this time. 5, 6, 3, and this is a 3D channel, so it might not be about gaming. We'll find out soon enough. Oops, he sent me a video link.
That looks cool.
Right, is that the channel? Let me just check. Is it called Poly Army? Yes, it is. All right, Travis, wake up!
Huh? What happened?
Travis, we got a channel
I'm doing
here.
research on Roblox channels. Believe it or not.
All right, then. What have we got here?
First of all, welcome to YouTube. Made a sushi blender. What made a sushi blender? What is this?
Blender is the program.
Yeah, he made sushi in Blender.
Oh, it'd have been cool if they made sushi blender in a blender. That would actually be dope. I would watch that. And remember that Will It Blend channel back in the day?
Yeah.
Oh, that was great.
Man, maybe you should do that instead. Why do I feel like Savage right now? I don't know. Yeah, no, this is cool. So for people that are looking for like Blender tutorials or whatever, that's cool. I think though the titling needs to be a little bit different. It's nice that you made it, but like how to make it, or you can make, like, give it to someone else, give it to the viewer, and make it more interesting for them.
Very well put. Yeah, give the value of the content to someone else, not make it about you. I completely agree with that. Yeah.
And definitely put a little more work in your banner or lack thereof, and the poly army is kind of cut off, like the little thing there. And I don't know that having your logo in the bottom left corner matters at this particular point in time. Make it, again, more about the viewer, since that's what you're trying to kind of grow right now. At some point you might want to like worry about branding, but right now just make the value really about people watching.
Yeah.
If you want to put any logo, it should be the Blender logo.
I agree. Or something similar-ish.
Yeah. I think, is this another bingo thing where somebody doesn't fill anything in a description?
I literally was going to put that when you asked. I was going to say, yeah. Here's something else I've noticed about YouTube channels. So Polyarmy has 4 subscribers. Hit about.
Yes, sir.
Now they have 6 subscribers. But go to videos. Oh, they had 4 subscribers. Okay, so they're getting subscribers. But a minute ago, like I said 4. But every once I've noticed that like different pages will show different subscribe numbers.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Interesting. Anyway, of course, welcome to YouTube, Polyarmy, and I think that's really valuable, Travis. What you said for so many people, give the video to the viewer. Like, don't make it always about you, unless it's like a vlog and a journey and people are really invested in it. Take the video content and hand it to the viewer on a plate so that they can really enjoy it and take the nourishment of that content. Because it could be like how to make perfect cubes in Blender, and then the Rubik's Cube is an element of that. Like how to make food shapes in Blender. That's like a really good example of making it more viewer-centric than almost like a personal portfolio of the stuff you're doing on a particular program. Back to the machine then. Let's pick out another one. And this is 696. I'm liking the randomness here. It seems to be doing pretty well so far. And this is a pranks channel. All right. Let's take a look at this one. What do we have here? Life with Kara. So I will say that your channel banner is just maybe a little too busy right now. You probably want to clean it up in terms of the text, because there's so much going on that I'm still trying to work out everything that's in there. So maybe tidy that up. Positive things out. Congratulations on 1,000 subscribers that you've recently hit. Well done to you there. That's one step of your monetization completed. And yeah, another one here maybe where Travis can chime in before we get back to the gaming stuff.
You know what's so funny? I actually helped someone with. I went to the worst makeup artist and that sort of thing. Their channel blew up when they did that. So interesting. It looks like this is a look how cool I am type channel, which again works when you have a viewership. Trying to get people to be kind of interested in that before that part can be kind of difficult. But listen, if you're having fun with it and you're enjoying it, that's fine. Having said that, the thumbnails need a lot of work. Of course, some of these are really old, so maybe we should look at more of the newer stuff. Yeah, even so, it's probably more important to concentrate a little bit more on the thumbnail style. And then also when you're looking for videos to make content on, things like I went to the worst makeup artists and stuff, that's something that just works in general, and hairstylists and all that other sort of thing. Can you even do that right now? I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, that sort of stuff works long term. It's kind of evergreen hilarity, but also make sure that you're not just doing videos that you wouldn't normally do. So for example, I've had a couple of videos that a couple channels I've worked with where they did one random video that has nothing to do with their niche. It blew up and now their channel's completely different and they don't like doing that content. So make sure that if you're doing kind of some outside of the ordinary stuff, that it's still something you would like to do more of if that video blows up.
The one thing I'm going to suggest to this creator is that I can see that you're clearly putting a lot of time and effort into your thumbnails, but it's not devoted to the right aspects of it. I want you to make your thumbnails 50% simpler. So remove 50% of all of the things that you're doing in your thumbnail and see what you're left with. And I would hope that people who are looking at the imagery can interpret it more. It just feels as if you're putting every single idea down on a thumbnail, and maybe it needs to go through a bit of a filter, refine, that type of thing. Any final thoughts from you, Dan, on this channel, Life with Kara?
You guys kind of said everything I wanted to say about the thumbnails. I will say the banner, they try and put all their social links. Yeah, so all their social links are there, but if you fill out your About section, you can actually put those social links in the bottom right corner.
You certainly can.
Native in YouTube, so you don't have to put all of your different handles, which will clean up your banner a lot right out of the gate.
In that sort of area there.
Yeah. So just one recommendation there.
All right, then. You know what we're going to do next? We're going to do the little thing that we like to call, because we didn't have a chance to do it last week, Tech Talk. Yay! This is one of these introductions we probably would rather not have, but we like to do something a little bit different as we're going through our channel audits. So let me just remind you of all of the awesome things that we've talked about in the past that are going to help you as a content creator. Those including the Elgato Stream Deck, which you'll see me use right now. My voice has been changed a little bit with this software that I use called Voice Meter, which is free, makes it more deep and bassy and rich. We've got portable lights. We've got the Elgato lighting system, which Dan uses, and I think Dan probably looks the best of all of us in our lighting. Getting a remote for your DSLR camera. A lot of people use Bluetooth on their phones, but they should also do it for their cameras. Video capture cards are getting much cheaper now because there's a lot of generic ones that are available for $30. The Titan key, or a security key, which is going to protect yourself more than just two-factor authentication. The most robust, versatile microphone on the market, which is a Rode Video Micro. You can use it for all sorts of things, and it's high quality. And then again, Dan, who's showing off he has that blue hue behind him because he has, he's just turned it off, because he uses a Philips lighting system. But Travis has probably got potentially the best tool ever. And Travis, what is that, and how does it work?
Well, so I was I had some dust on my keyboard and stuff, as one does. Apparently not Dan, because as I brought this product up, Dan didn't know what the heck it was for. So we're talking about that in a second.
Tiny hairdryer.
So my keyboard and stuff every once in a while gets a little dusty, that's life, right? So I went to go get some can of air on Amazon, and turned out that instead of getting those can of airs you get and they work for a little while and you got to throw them away, I found one that you can actually recharge. This thing is cool. Look at this.
There you go.
And it's USB-C, so you can recharge. You got a couple different attachments. Super cheap. Blow away all your dust, which is real nice. Dan was confused by this. Apparently he never cleans anything on his desk, so definitely don't want to go over there and catch whatever's on his keyboard. Now, here, speaking of keyboards, if you get an opportunity, I actually have gotten one of these before. This is really cool. This is the stuff. This is some goo that you pick out.
Going with this, and
you plop this on your keyboard, and then you mush it in, and then you pull it up, and all the gooky stuff that's in your keyboard comes right out. You put it right back in and put it out. So keep everything clean. Obviously, Dan's is not. His stuff is a mess.
I'll show you something.
Your green screen was having some fun with that goo, by the way, Travis.
I'll show you what I got.
Oh God!
I have this
under the desk. Oh wow! That is a souped-up version of what you got there, Travis. I've got to.
It doesn't blow air out. It sucks it in. So my dust doesn't go into my monitor. It gets sucked in this vacuum.
I mean, I got a vacuum cleaner as well, man. Plus, I got a robotic vacuum cleaner. Toe to toe here. I think we can do that.
This attachment here does the keyboard.
Dan, quick question: how much does that contraption cost?
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, about $7,000. Travis, how much does yours cost?
This was like $20 or something.
There you go. But it's interesting. So a compressed can of air only has a finite amount of pressure, but that thing just recharges itself and is just you can use it. Oh, cool, nice.
Yeah, pretty neat.
And do you have to plug it in as well, or
no? It's cordless. It's like,
oh wow.
Yeah, I can take it anywhere I want to.
The things you could do with that, eh? All right, so that was our little detour into the weird and wonderful world of Travis's keyboard cleaning strategies. Very, very curious. Let's go back to some auditing then, and let's go to some more tweets and see if we've got anything that we can pick out here. I'm just going to do a refresh here and see if there's anything interesting. Ooh, Master Chief.
I'll tell you what, funny.
All right. Very good.
effort.
Here we go. There we go. You see, that's what you need to do.
Yes.
We are invested here. I mean, you've not ticked off everything that you need to do, but we'll give you credit there, Mr. HY, and we're going to audit your channel because you are playing the bingo game, and we appreciate it. All right, then. We've got anime covers. Let's see, then. It's funny that you have a question mark in your channel banner because that kind of raises a question of what the channel's about. So you joined YouTube recently. You've got 6 videos on the channel right now. And yeah, let's see. So just looking at the titles and the thumbnails, I don't know whether this is just short clips from anime or it's answering a particular question or a query that somebody's trying to find out. And that's where I would be losing something a little bit here in terms of what is this channel about. So the value proposition is it's a channel for anime fans, but I don't know what I get from the actual clips. That's what I would be saying. Travis, Dan, do chime in with your thoughts as I just scroll through. Okay, different language, so that might not be helping with what we're trying to work out here.
Yeah,
I don't know enough about anime. I'm gonna leave that to Dan.
Me.
So Travis is now not doing gaming or animation. Do make sure to include that in your memes.
It's a bit tough for 2 reasons. I don't know anything about anime, and also it's not in English, other than the titles themselves. So it makes it really tough. But I will say that just going off of a lot of the advice we've given today about thumbnails, some of these thumbnails are kind of unnecessarily text heavy. Yeah, covering up different characters and elements that I
especially
think
with animation, you want to see nice big images of the animation. Like if you need some text, put it in one of the corners so it doesn't interrupt the flow of the powerful pop of the animation. Right.
So I think that'd be a good place to start. But they're covers. So is it you covering the song?
Yeah. So is it like a cover version of something in an anime? In which case that's interesting. Okay, you're including vocals and lyrics in there as well. So you may just want to make sure that you're in the safe copyright zone here, but that feels as if something that might be a little unique in terms of cover versions on animations in your particular language. I like the way that you're possibly niching down here, and it seems to be having results. I mean, these videos all are getting more views and subscribers, which is really strong. We maybe want to see more subscribers for some of the views here, so perhaps some calls to action in your content. Say, hey, if you're enjoying this, make sure to subscribe because we'll be doing more cover versions of your favorite animes in the future. So yeah, that's nice to see as well. But yeah, I think so. Some promising stuff there, and maybe unfortunately we're losing a little bit literally in the translation of the titles. Let's move on to the next one here.
Oh wow,
that is strong. That is strong.
Wow, they even put it in. Wow.
Oh yeah, that's actually us in there. Yeah. That'll do.
That is strong. That'll do, as Travis says. So let's have a look at the Farm Dream. Okay, a non-gaming channel. Love to see that. Travis, I am forbidding you from not contributing to this. You have to offer some value here.
Trying to write down what that means. Okay,
I love these.
We lost it. Yeah, so this is cool. It's gardening, which is great. Definitely understand what we're going to get out of here. So some butter beans. I didn't know those were real things. Extra garden. Okay. So this is great timing right now because you can still get your garden going. Super important though, while this is going on in the time of year we're at, I think everything here is fine. But for these type of channels, and I've talked to them previously, the biggest problem is during the off season when you can't grow anything, you can't do anything. So while they're obviously making improvements in their thumbnails and titling and everything moving forward, I always try to get these channels prepared for like the winter when like no one's growing anything. How do you get people to still come to your channel when they're not, gardening? There's a couple ways of doing that. There are some things that are like perennials. Maybe you move over to like more flower-based stuff rather than maybe like food and stuff because you have like vegetables and such. But I think what you need to do is as you're making this content and as it starts to pick up steam, figure out a way to start to leverage the evergreen stuff that you will be able to grow during the kind of colder-ish months. I don't know exactly where this person lives. Because again, it's feast or famine with these channels. It's like there's like 3 or 4 months that it's really good, and then the vast majority of the year when gardening is just not much of a thing, they kind of suffer.
I want to spend a bit of time here talking about thumbnails on this particular one, because I think there's an interesting discussion to have in terms of there's a lot of fundamental things that are going on right here. They've got the hero of a channel in there, which I think maybe is valuable for the host of something you want going to maybe be spending a lot of time with this person as they educate you through sustainable gardening. But this text, I feel as if this black and white text really destroys the convention of what you might expect from gardening thumbnails, which is really lush, vibrant colours in terms of greens and reds and blues. And I don't know, what do you think? Would you agree that the text on here, even though it is, it's easy to read, it's big and there's not too much of it, but just the colour of it isn't helping the channel? I'm just wondering what your thoughts are.
That's an interesting question. I think they need to leverage a little bit. They lean more into close-ups of the actual vegetables and stuff they're doing.
So the one I'm looking at here is how to homegrown blueberry. The character, the person here is holding the blueberry, which you cannot see, and then there's just other greenery of text, which I don't think is really adding anything to it. So I'm just wondering if we do this and then I think those are more effective thumbnails, aren't they, in terms of where he's going, where he might want to be going with his content. Certainly, I mean, if we're going to pick out some favourites, I think this is a good example, because yes, a person is included in a thumbnail, but they're bringing the blueberries to the front of the image almost, or something where you're just really focusing on the blueberries themselves. Here's a good example here of showing like a transition of time, and so yeah, there's some good examples here. And then I just go back to his thumbnails, and when you're talking about blueberries or pointed cabbage or like snow peas, I didn't even realize that was a thing either, but I don't see that object necessarily in the thumbnail strongly enough, and I feel as if the creator would want to play around with those ideas. Dan, I think you probably wanted to add some things here, so now's a chance before we move on.
I was going to say that I like the amount of text. I think that they're doing it right in terms of, they usually have no more than 5 words, and I like the style of it, and I think it matches, I think overall it matches like some kind of brand the channel's going for, but I agree on every other front that it's, the text is almost the only thing I'm seeing, because the pictures feel a bit flat.
I think the whole image is flat, isn't it? So yes. The text is just flat against everything else. So whether you like punch up the color, blur the background, that type of thing.
Yeah, saturation, contrast, both of those will help in Photoshop or the photo editing software of your choice. And I think you're so close. I think these thumbnails are just like almost fantastic.
Okay, so go ahead. Anything else?
I was going to say, how long have they been on YouTube? Because they feel like they're operating at a really high level.
So I think they started their channel at the start of the lockdown. So whether these are quarantine creators or not, or they kind of wanted to tie in maybe the idea of being more sustainable during this period. So yeah, I mean, as you say, Dan, I think that the foundations are solid here. They know what their niche is clearly. The thumbnails are of a good standard, but there's just some tweaks need to be made there. Travis is talking about hunkering down for the winter season, how you're going to be able to create evergreen content. So we're thinking almost of like the next stages for this channel, which is good. Like, you've got many of the foundations in there. The views right now aren't that spectacular, but I think they're developing nicely. You're putting out a lot of content. So yeah, there's some really good and positive things to see out of this channel.
Completely agree.
All right, then. And yeah, thanks for watching us while you're on the toilet as well. That is appreciated. We did scroll past your tweet, Protocol 36. That is correct. What's this one? We've seen that one before, unfortunately, I would say. What's this one? Yeah, it's okay. God, do I dare click on this? I don't get that one.
Nothing might get it. Yeah, we probably go back to randoms. We've seen all these.
All right, then let's go back to some more
Time.
randomy stuff then. Yeah.
Time.
Right. So how many we got now? 921. I'll just make sure that this is adjusted correctly. And we'll pick some more.
Boop, boop, boop.
All right, 896 is the next channel that we're going to look at here. 896. And this is Aid Alpha TV. And this is an entertainment channel, and they tell us that they have 4,500 subscribers. So there might be something here for all of us. Ooh. I think I just did a search by the channel name rather than the URL. But I think this is the right chap. Let's just check. Yes, AD Alpha TV. All right, then. So what do we got here? Let's see. Oh, I'm seeing, just because of our tool, the vidIQ likes and dislikes tool, we're seeing some very polarizing content. Mm-hmm. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because it just may be that you're creating content that people are reacting to, and you're trying to trigger people in a certain way. But just be aware of that if you're getting yourself into any trouble in terms of, I don't know, annoying particular people. It looks like you're almost like a KSI reaction channel a little bit here. That's what I can see. But yeah, wow, yeah, there's some real. I don't think I've ever seen a channel with so much.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Negativity on there. I hope it's not trolls or anything that's going on there. That would be unfortunate. And I mean, it looks as if you're ignoring these likes and dislikes, which I'll give you credit for doing as well. But we do have to pay attention to these and wonder if there's maybe some really polarizing content on the channel. Any thoughts here, Dan, Travis, as I would say about section and stuff?
The dislikes and potentially comments, which we should probably not read, are counting for engagement. And this person is obviously, they're doing something right, because they're continuing to make content. It's continuing to break 1,000 views every time. Yeah. And, they're onto something.
It's almost like people are hating the content so much that they just want to keep watching more.
Yeah, I mean, that actually happens.
Yeah, yeah.
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 Sure.
Any extra thoughts from you here, Travis?
I think it's interesting. He's been able to. I mean, a channel with 4,000 subscribers to be able to do "Let's Have a Talk" and get 1,000 views in 5 days is really unusual.
Yeah.
That's usually the one that doesn't go anywhere. So, I think that there's obviously something here. Definitely a polarizing character. As long as you're cool with that being a thing moving forward, then go for it. It definitely is. It's gonna be rough, but go for it. I mean, it's working. What can I say?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. For a channel of this size, getting so many views, I mean, we wouldn't really recommend anything else, would we?
Yeah, just keep going.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the thumbnails are fairly simple. Some of them are just freeze frames, but like even this one before I blow up, he got like 3,000 views. Yeah, that to me sounds like you're probably getting a lot of views from subscribers. Like just as soon as one of your videos goes out, everybody's watching it. So that for building a community, that is awesome to see. I mean, there wasn't anything in the about section here to really, because I just look at the thumbnails and the titles, and it doesn't look as if there's anything that's really polarizing. It's going to annoy people. So I don't know if it's in the content or what. But yeah, I mean, like 240 dislikes on a video with 2,000 views. That's fine work in a weird kind of way. Yeah. So yeah, keep it up. So well done. Let's pick another channel then. And this channel is going to be 534. Let me just key that in. All right, Travis, I think you can put your feet up. We have a gaming channel coming up now.
Gaming.
So relax. Oaxaca Boy is the channel, I think. Dan.
Yeah, Dan. If you get it wrong, then someone gets a bingo.
If I get it wrong.
Yeah, it's one of the bingo things.
Yeah.
Dan gets it wrong?
Yeah, that's his name. It's on there. At least that's
what Roblox channel? We've already done Roblox channel.
No, channel pronunciation.
Oh, you mean I was going to say to change their name, because no one's going to be able to type that into search.
That's one way of getting out of trying to pronounce it, sure.
Okay, so brand new channel, it seems, unless the homepage.
Yeah, let me go to the video tab. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention there.
Okay, they've been at it for
a few more.
4 months. Coffin dance meme. It just looks like you reposted a meme there. Is it a reaction to it? So I think First of all, congrats on 50 subscribers. I think what you should probably do is kind of figure out where you want to go, because I'm seeing some Grand Theft Auto content, I'm seeing some Flight Simulator content, and then Roblox content. And now that you've tried a few different games, what was your favorite one? What was the one that you felt like you could not only you enjoy a lot, but you could make a lot of content on? You want to go in that direction and then niche out later. Save that for later. Don't just try and play any game that you think you're going to enjoy that day, because like we just talked about with a channel a little while ago, make videos for your audience. Bring your audience value. No one really knows who you are yet, and it looks like you're putting a lot of personality into this channel without having, you've skipped a step basically.
Right, I'm gonna feed this in now so people have got the opportunity. We're gonna have a game of YouTube Pictionary, but we're gonna do it in about 5-10 minutes. So if you want me to draw something, then send us hashtag YouTube Pictionary. Like, it might be like a tripod or a camera, something YouTube themed, and I'm going to try and draw it for Dan or Travis. And from some of those suggestions, we'll pick you for an audit as well, so maybe include your channel. So I'm priming you now. I'm giving you an opportunity. We'll play that in about 5 to 10 minutes. In the meantime, let's go pick another channel to audit, and that is 278. So let's have a look at this one. No, that's not the right number. 278. There we go. And this is a relaxing channel, Calm Meditation Zone. All right then. Travis, I know you're probably very calm and relaxed because you didn't have to audit that gaming channel, but you may need to take a look at this one.
Hey now, there's nothing relaxing about this. What is that?
It's just how you look at that one.
Let me relax to that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about.
So how on earth is that? That seems almost like somebody's hacked the channel and put a random video on the channel. That is really weird.
They have some relaxing stuff.
Yeah.
So by the way, I just want you to know, like, these relaxing channels do get lots of views and subscribers depends, but not from these type of videos. So this, and I think I've talked about this before, this niche is overwhelmingly dominated by live streams, 24-hour live streams.
Yeah.
The relaxation kind of stream stuff. So if you're doing like a 10 or 20 minute relaxation video, it's not going to do incredibly well. If you just search for any kind of relaxation videos and stuff, it's just
there we go. Yeah, top results, all live streams.
All live streams. Crazy.
I've not even filtered by live streams.
And then if you go to their channels, they typically, almost every single one of these channels has like 5 to 10 live streams going at the same time.
Yeah,
like,
let's take a look.
And the thing is unlike any other niche, it's
look at that.
It's you just can't get in. You can't get in. You can't get in by a produced video, especially not when it's 10 minutes. People want to come here and sit for hours, or do, while they're at work and have it running, or when they're going to sleep. Like, that's this niche. If you're not doing this in this niche, you're not going to win.
It is very much one of those genres, which is a very finite number of creators who can get in there, and it's like the lo-fi chill music was probably like the pioneer, and then maybe 1,000 channels jumped on it straight away, and 200 or 300 of those channels made it, and that's it for the rest of time on YouTube until somebody comes up with a better idea of relaxation. I don't know, maybe live streaming of somebody doing a satisfaction videos for 24/7. But I think you're right. It's going to be such a hard market to break into, especially with video on demand. Like, I mean, if
it's like the opposite of every other niche, because typically you break into any other niche with produced content, and live streams kind of don't do as well. This is literally the opposite, because all the top channels are live streaming. So the watch time on these videos is insurmountable. Like, it's almost impossible to rank in these things. It's crazy.
And then if you're going to have a relaxation video for a minute or 2 minutes, it unfortunately it's not going to work. So
go back to the reaction with the
so maybe do more of this one, and pivot completely with a channel. All right, I'm going to do another random selection, and then maybe we'll play a bit of YouTube Pictionary, because that's everybody's favorite game. 611. Okay. We've already done that one. Paul Watts Hair. We did that one last week.
Oh yeah.
Let me just check. Be interested to know if they did anything different over the last week or so. And he's probably thinking, what? You audited my channel? Oh, it looks as if they've changed some of their thumbnails.
They did.
I think they've changed some of their thumbnails, and these look a lot better just looking at them on the face.
Look at that, 1,000 views in 1 week, which is one of the biggest views videos they've had in a long time.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So I think we were talking to this channel when the thumbnails look like this. I don't know if you've done this because of what we suggested, but the thumbnails look infinitely better now. I remember talking about that thumbnail there and saying, don't put the text over the hair, make the hair visible, and you can still have text on, and then you've tried to turn it into like a triangle shape, and yeah.
Kind of cool.
Oh yeah, I think well done for taking our advice potentially, and these thumbnails look really good.
1,000 view video a week later, like that really says a lot. A couple of weeks.
Give it another 3 to 6 months looking at these thumbnails. Maybe look at the ones that are performing really well on the channel and continue to do that. So yeah, thumbs up there to you, sir. All right, we'll do another quick channel.
A lot more general now too. Like I feel like that channel's for everybody rather than like that community kind of hair salon we saw last time.
Absolutely. 592 is the next one. And then we'll do some Pictionary. All right, this is a gaming channel which has 5 subscribers, Dan. So what are your thoughts on this one?
Okay.
Is it a basketball channel from
Looks
the channel
like
banner?
NBA 2K20.
Yeah, NBA 2K. Okay.
Okay. I like that you're already focused. You've started a month ago and you're already focused on one game.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I think that what we need to do now...
Is this on purpose? It's putting googly eyes and all the images.
Yeah, I think that's the character. It's a little bit distracting, but the thumbnails, you're using custom thumbnails. I think they could use a little bit of work. So your video from 3 days ago and the latest one, a NBA 2K20 video, a regular NBA 2K20 video. What happened in the video? Why should I click on it? Did you show me some kind of cool trick or shot that I could learn something from? Basically, if I'm a fan of this game, how are you going to get me to watch your videos? Because just telling me you made a video about the game, like anyone can do that. So what makes your video different? Or what kind of value am I going to get out of it? And interject your personality over time. You'll be able to, make these videos where it's like, I can't believe what happened in NBA 2K20 because you have a big audience and they're in it for you. But right now, you're just getting started. So focus on value-driven content.
Is the new NBA 2K game for the new Xbox getting quite a lot of coverage right now because it's one of the only games that people have been able to see footage of?
Yeah, I don't know. I wish I knew more about it. I do know that a lot of these games have like those loot boxes, trading cards type things, and that's another bit of advice I give a lot of newer channels is like, do you buy that stuff? And if you do, could you review it? Could you just do some unboxings or cards or whatever it is? And but yeah, I wish I knew more about that. I don't follow any sports games really.
All right then, let's do some YouTube Pictionary. Hopefully some people have given me some suggestions or else it's not going to work. Let's see. Yes, some people have. Right. Okay. So.
I like to thank you for 2 subscribers. That's very.
Yeah. I wonder how often they'll do that because you've reached 5 subscribers now, so maybe you need to do one.
Where's the thank you video? 3 people are missing out on their thank you.
Terrible.
Okay, so this is YouTube Pictionary, and this is how it works. I draw stuff, and Dan and Travis, you need to work out what the image is. I think we'll do best of 5, which is first to 3. And so somebody just sent me a tweet that said YouTube Pictionary with an image, but not a word. I need something to draw. Okay, so the first one I'm going to draw comes from Commander Tom. Are you ready, Dan and Travis?
Yeah.
All right, this is a very simple one, so somebody needs to get this pretty quick.
Oh, notification bell.
I think Travis was in there first. Would you agree?
Yeah.
I think he just made it there, so that's notification bell. That is 1-0 to Travis. And the next one I'm going to do is what? All right, I don't know what they mean there. All right, I'm gonna modify this one a little bit then, and I'll tell you what they asked me to draw in a second. Right, so
subscribe button.
Kind of, Dan.
Subscribed button.
Membership button.
You're almost there.
Join, subscribe, a membership.
Almost there. I'm gonna have to do some more drawing, maybe. Almost there.
Join, subscribe, membership bell, share button.
Unsubscribe.
There we go, Dan. Well worked out, yeah. So what I was trying to do is like we're going to have two buttons. One's the unsubscribe, one's the unsubscribed, and I was going to point an arrow pointing there because it's actually the unsubscribe button. The person actually wanted to draw a skeleton subscribe button, but I didn't really understand what that meant, so I just drew a unsubscribe button instead. All right, then, next one. Are you ready for this? This is going to be dead easy. So I'm going to try and tease it before you
Watch
before
time.
you get it. Okay.
Dan. Demonetized.
Oh, Dan, well done. Demonetized symbol there. That came from somewhere over the crossbar with that suggestion. And so, Dan, I think you're now leading 2-1 here on YouTube Pictionary. And then, okay, yeah, let's try and draw this one. So this might be something along the lines of... How would I draw this? I don't think I can, so I'm just going to...
Subscriber count.
Yeah, almost there.
Total subscribers. Social Blade. I don't
Subscriber
know.
countdown. Oh, truncated subscriber count.
You're just going to have to keep going through the words, Dan, until you get it.
What? You know what I mean?
Specific subscriber count.
Specific. How would we usually phrase it?
Real time. Sure.
There we go. Real-time subscriber count. Thank you very
Fair.
much.
That's fair.
Actual subscriber count. Specific subscriber count. Very good. It's 2-all then. So
Yep.
this is for all the wins and everything, and nobody's submitted one. So I'm gonna have to draw this, which looks like this.
Like button.
Dislike.
Hang 10. What is that?
It's my really bad drawing. First of all.
Like to dislike ratio.
There we go, Dan. Thank you very much. You are the winner this week. That is a like to dislike kind of thing. And you win, Dan. Well done. Awesome. Which person would you like me to pick to audit their channel then?
Techno Rod.
Oh, right. Okay.
What kind of a channel is this?
What, have you got a link for that one, Dan?
It's just Techno Rod, all one word.
All right. Okay. So, like that?
Yep.
Okay. And is that the channel?
Yep.
Do you think? Okay. Awesome. Right. Is this like a friend of a friend?
I just
or
picked them at random in the chat.
There
I
we go.
wanted an easy name to spell, and holy crap, 1,000 subscribers.
I'm going to pick one from the suggestions of Pictionary as well after this one. Right, Techno Rod first then. Over 1,000 subscribers. Yay, whoopee. Well done. Hi, Pixel. Good stuff. What else, Dan?
Well, I don't know. I've just seen it for the first time. So a lot of live streams. This looks like a channel that does maybe daily live streams, just considering all this content from a week ago. So probably daily live streaming on YouTube, which is going to be a different thing. It's going to be a bit of a different strategy. We like to say, if you can, use different thumbnails, even if it's just subtle changes. I know they're live streams, and the thumbnails on their own are pretty cool. But when that video is over and it kind of reaches your sub box, people are going to feel like they didn't miss anything. You know what I mean? So if you can, try and do different ones and different titles too, because getting Hypixel level 150 over and over again is going to also be the same problem. You can get your VODs discovered after the live stream, and people might come back next time you're live. So remember that. Remember the people who aren't watching live.
Interesting here, Dan. Like they've got 4 or 5 videos of video on demand, and the view counts were pretty tasty as well there, weren't they? Like a couple of hundreds, and they're all like, well, some of them were how-tos, which did well for the channel. So I think there's room for the channel to do stuff just outside of live streams all of the time.
If you could take what you learned from these live streams and then do short how-to videos to help grow your channel, you can hit the algorithm from both perspectives, which is pretty cool.
Just one more thing. A lot of his popular videos are revolving around giveaways. So
try not to do that so much.
You want to be careful with that. Just because if you're asking people to subscribe, comment, that is against YouTube guidelines because you're artificially inflating metrics by doing that. And are you actually building an organic community here, or are people just coming for free stuff, and then once you do your own thing, they may abandon you? So that's just something to be aware of as well. Now, the channel I was going to choose from Oh, just 1 second. Let me press the right buttons. Whoa.
I'm so fucking depressed.
Sorry
I have
about that.
to make this
Whoa.
video.
Right, okay. There we go. Stop. Right, okay. I'm trying to get to the channel. Okay. So it's somewhere over the crossbar. Let's have a look at this channel then. This is one of our Twitter suggested Pictionary channels. So they are Matchday Vlogs, weekly podcasts. It's something to do with football and soccer. And it looks like you're covering a range of teams here, not just one. So let's see. Doing some live reactions to stuff. You're watching live streams. Are you watching, I guess, just with reactions rather than having on screen? That would be something you need to make sure you're not doing, like broadcasting copyright content. Just as long as you're reacting to it as it's going on, that's fine. Let's see.
It's difficult to advise.
I guess the thing is that you're covering lots of different clubs, and so you're not necessarily getting into the tribe of a community of one club. That's something to consider. With you doing Man United, then Chelsea, then Arsenal, Manchester City, that's something that may be a little difficult if people are really interested in one particular club. It feels as if you are Arsenal centric. That's the club I'm seeing most. I may be wrong about that.
You know, Rob, you're showing the previous channel. I don't know what's wrong with you. You forget how to use your little stream deck here. I mean, you're showing people the wrong channel and stuff. I don't know. I got to come in here and save the day. You're welcome. It's ridiculous. I never in my life have I seen a live stream so crazily put together. You see the muting in the beginning where Dan had his microphone muted. It's crazy. I don't know what's going to go ahead and get back to your thing. I'm just trying to come here and fix your live stream. That's all right.
So I think that's there's one bit on the vidIQ bingo where it says actual savage wisdom. So that's where you can cross him off because he actually helped me there. So yeah, sorry, the tab was just on another screen and I wasn't showing. So what I was trying to say is that you're covering football in general, the Premier League, as opposed to a particular club or tribe. Although I think you sway towards Arsenal, it looks like here. And then when I remember when we were encouraging people who were like following their own club to have your personal reactions, and I see a couple of them down there. But then now you're kind of drifting away a little bit maybe on that and trying to focus more on clubs in general. And covering some story stuff, opinion pieces. So I think you're just jumping a little bit around the topic, and you may again want to look at which videos are responding well with your audience and looking at them. But I like the channel name. I think that's something new and unique, which I've never seen before. And I think you're trying lots of different things, which must be commended as well, trying to find out what's going to work best for your channel. So do continue with that. I think right now with the season currently closed down for the next month, probably doing a lot of build-up and preview of your club or clubs is something to investigate as well. And so that is somewhere over the crossbar. Thank you, Savage, there for actually saving me.
You know, that's a great name for a channel that does videos on people who crash on their bikes. Somewhere over the crossbar. That's a great channel name for that.
I'm pressing all of the wrong buttons.
My goodness, this is terrible.
God.
Rob, you need to know how to do this.
I was trying to bring you full screen there, Savage. I didn't quite get it there.
Goobly goo. The technical difficulties in this live stream today are terrible.
Oh, I do apologize. Anyway, I'm just going to check if there's anyone who's submitted any super chats there. So Savage and Dan, talk amongst yourselves.
There's a meme I would love to do on Twitter if we get back to those.
All right, then. Maybe we'll have a chance for one more. In the meantime, Savage, you've got 46 students. You are down on students this week. But
that's because you guys don't promote my school anymore. But it's all right. No big deal. We still have people sign up. They find it through anything. Let's go 32 right quick.
32, then, is the channel I'm going to pick. And,
being suppressed. I'm being shadow banned.
Savage, because I am. So we'll select that, and then I'll actually share the screen for the live stream. So this is Ties. What's going on here, Savage? Animation channel.
It's remember that song back in the day, PYT, Pretty Young Thing?
Yeah.
This is Terrible Young Zazubaboo is what that means.
Yeah. Okay.
It's terrible. But here's the thing. It's a little stick dude, which I like. I like stick dudes. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
And the evolution of Henry the Stick Man. Here's the evolution. The dude took a pencil and he drew a couple lines, and that's the evolution. That was it. A little circle at the top, that was it. He spent all this time learning how to animate a stick. congratulations. I hope that they give you a raise at Burger King, because I'm gonna tell you that's the only job you're ever gonna have. It's ridiculous. You can get off this YouTube.
I think his animations look excellent, actually, and I think this one here of the evolution of a stickman, a nice little idea. 300 views, very well done. I think continue on the course that you're going on and ignore everything Savage just said.
I see. It's funny. The chat talking about how it's a game. I got news for you. No one cares. I just want you to hear. No one cares that it's a game. I'm gonna tell you that right now, dude. It could be a drawing animation or a game. Ain't no one gonna care. I'll tell you about all that right now. Okay, next.
Another channel, Savage.
How about 26? Why not?
26. All right. This person is Sir Savage. They take the bullies lunch money.
Oh, that's
strong. That's strong.
Savage. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Diego Games 9872.
Diego, how you doing, Diego Games? Let's take a look here.
Gaming channel.
Got that Call of Duty. I like that.
I think they're preempting what you might say here, Savage, with that title.
You know, I'm glad. This is the first step towards dominating on YouTube, is admitting that you're terrible at things. And this is great.
Yep.
A lot of you in chat need to admit this as well. You're terrible at YouTube. So you need to go ahead and admit it. And this I might have to take it upon me to graduate him from the Savage Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, he will get his degree in savagery as he savaged himself. Congratulations, Diego Games 9872. You will become the first person this month that is graduated from the Savage Academy.
Well done. Well done,
you
Diego.
now may take your tassel and take it from one side of your hat, put it on the other side, take it off your head, turn it sideways, and stick it. Oh, yeah, never mind. That's all right. That's a different.
Yeah, bingo card there. I think you may have just got a WWE reference.
We just learned that Savage never graduated.
All right, what am I looking at here then, Dan?
If you scroll down a little bit, Protocol 36 there. I just thought that was great.
This one here.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
He covered up SpongeBob and Patrick, so that kind of loses it a little bit. But we're outside playing, having fun, and they just want to see channel audits, man.
All right, okay, yeah.
It made me laugh, but never mind.
Have we audited Protocol 36?
Crickets on that one. I tried for you, Protocol.
No. He won your love, Dan. He's got over 100 subscribers. It's a gaming channel, so I think you can give some advice to this chap.
All right. So it looks like a comic book channel, not a gaming channel. It's kind of interesting. Maybe it's just a gaming channel that only covers comic book games. Nope, there's Comic-Con releases and things like that too.
I'm seeing some stuff from the Spider-Man video game here.
Yeah, great game, by the way. Okay. I think maybe this channel's struggling a little bit with perhaps just a lack of content right now in terms of what's available in superhero games. We're about to get the Avengers, but stuff like that hasn't quite happened yet. But I like that you picked a niche, but I think it's going to get a little confusing. People who read comic books don't necessarily play comic book video games. You know what I mean? So that might be a big split there with your audience. What do you guys think? I
feel like people that live in their parents' basement read comic books on the daily. So I think that you're wrong on that, Dan. There's plenty of people that still live at home. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Not even that's mutually exclusive, but okay, I'll allow it.
I think the thumbnails need some improvement here. It feels as if the creator is starting from scratch every time they create a new thumbnail, so it's losing its continuity a little bit. A bit too much text in some of these, and I think maybe some tie-in into what's going on, especially with a new game release that's coming out soon. Would be beneficial. I feel as if this is a channel that's mostly about Spider-Man, but it likes to introduce other characters as well, and I'm wondering if maybe you want to go down that Spider-Man route a little bit more, get really deep into the content there, to be clear with what your channel's about every single time you release something there. So that is Protocol 36. I think, Savage, we've got time for one more channel from you.
How many numbers do we have to? 52. Let's do 50.
50. Okay. I'm assuming it's 1 o'clock and Travis has disappeared to have his 17-foot long sandwich, which we saw in
the only
sub
for sub he does is Subway sandwiches. I'm going to tell you that.
Subway for Subway sandwiches, yeah. Hashtag not sponsored. I'm Mark TV, the channel with gaming and vlogs.
Nice. That means I can watch you vlog about your gaming. I can't wait to subscribe to this channel. I'm so excited. Can you tell? and then now we need to talk as well. So first of all, I'm watching you vlog about your gaming, and then we need to talk. Do we really need to talk? Is this something that needs to happen? I feel like when I come to your channel, I don't want to talk to you. I mean, maybe I'll watch you play a couple games, but the last thing I want to do is talk to you. I'm sorry. You're a savage. You should know this. You're in the academy. You know we don't want to talk to you. I am Mark TV. So please don't make. Could you please unlist that video immediately? It's frustrating me right now. I don't want to talk to you, Mark. I want you to send the check to iamsavagetv.com for $49.95 for every 5 minutes. That's a little. That's all. I don't need to talk to you about it. Just go ahead and send the check.
The prices have gone up now. I thought it was $34.95.
Listen, there's so much demand. I gotta raise the prices. It's ridiculous.
Okay, there we are. Thank you, Savage. Just a reminder, folks, you do know what...
vidIQ channel audits are all about helping you become better YouTubers. To submit your channel for possible review in the video description of this live stream, there is a link that will take you to this simple form. Fill it out, and prior to the stream, we will pick out several channels.
There, I've turned it off. Sorry.
Did someone win bingo?
They must have done by now.
Bingo!
I was trying to remind people, like, you do realize what Savage is, by the way, when we do audit those channels. I am Mark. We love you as a content creator. Please stay on YouTube. Just don't talk to Savage at any point to get advice from him, because
and don't take technical live streaming advice from Rob, because he doesn't know what he's doing after 2.5 years. Let me tell you, it's crazy.
That is 100% true. Folks, we've come to the end of what might be described as a dumpster fire as a live stream there. But we did go through many, many channels there, and we hope that you found some really valuable stuff here. Dan, I think I'm going to open up the floor to you to advertise Discord for 30 seconds.
Yes.
What's going there?
If you didn't get your channel audited today, you're not allowed to promote it in our Discord, but you certainly can go in there and share tips and tricks and get some advice with other content creators just like yourselves. All you have to do is go to vidiq.com/Discord. It cannot be easier. Join our Discord, read the rules when you get there, and our moderators are very active, so make sure to follow those rules, or you will be booted from said Discord, and we'd hate to see that.
Having said we don't do channel audits, we do have a thumbnail Discord channel, don't we, where people can share their thumbnails and people can converse, constructive criticism, that type of thing.
Yes.
Let's do some channel shout-outs. Oh, we just got a donation. Thank you to Minjune Is Love with a $7 donation there. That is appreciated right at the end of the live stream. Savage, say goodbye to some people who probably don't actually exist on the live stream.
Yeah, Shamu is great. Thank you very much. Shamu is great. What is this? Make sandwiches great again? Yeah, I agree with that. That's a great, I'm behind that 100%. Barbecue sauce is great. Yes, that's another great, I love that channel name. And of course, we wouldn't do this at all without Scrapple Back and Bacon Sandwich. That's great. I love that. I don't know why I'm talking about food so much.
Lots of food channels there.
It might be lunchtime is what it might be.
Dan, say goodbye to some more lovely people in our audience.
There's not much I would do with Savage, but I would get lunch with him, I think. I think I'd do that.
Well, as long as you're paying, we can do that. It's really up to you. You know, it's fine.
Yeah.
You make $40 whatever. Magic Making, goodbye to you. Plenth Aviation, I think, goodbye to you. Sunny Girls, goodbye to you. And goodbye to IMP360, Zeno, Party for Peace, and one more. Football Roundup Show. Goodbye.
And I will carry on with Nader Vader, Techno Rod, who got a channel audit today, Festival Lotus, U to C DIY, Samuel 7, Guna Gamer TV, Plenth Aviation, Polly Pog I think was also there, Play Buzz, Robonectic Gaming, Zeno, and of course we would never be able to do this live stream without all of our subscribers and that very special channel that is called User Was Put in Timeout for 300 seconds. As always, it's been an honor and a privilege. I hope you've taken something of value away from this live stream in the 2 hours that we've been conversing with you. Make sure to take that value and give it to your audience every single time they watch some of your content. I do apologize for all of the technical glitches we've had this week, but that's one of the things with live stream. It's just the nature of things. Dan, you are on screen, so let's do a awkward wave until I find the right buttons to press. And we will see you on Friday. I think we're doing a live stream on Friday where we've got a very special guest in talking all about YouTuber burnout and mental health. So we'll see you then. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your video making day. Bye for now. Is it because you're a fan of SpongeBob SquarePants that we do all of this? Ooh, nice. That's a nice little gif there. Yeah, I like that one. Good effort. Still scrolling past it.
Dan, D-A-N.
All hail Weem. I don't know.
Intro song. Hey guys, the intro song kid is back, and this time I have written a song for Travis. So yeah, I have it all written down here, so let's get it. His name is Travis, he's also pretty savage. He might roast your channel, he might make it better. Hey, his name is Travis, he likes tortoise ASMR. Hey, he don't like your Fortnite channel. He might think your cat is dying if you sing really badly. He's part of vidIQ, and most importantly, he's pretty cool. His name is Travis, he's the best. That's what some say, but that's just facts. Hey, thank you guys. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Bye.